Hey, what's up everyone? It's Steve from Straightforward Picks. We have best bets for Game 4 of the NBA Finals between the Denver Nuggets and the Miami Heat on Friday, June 9th, 2023. We have NBA player prop spreads, over-unders, money lines here for you today. We're going to have 3 picks that are great value bets for this Friday NBA slate. This game number 4 between the Nuggets and Heat. Can the Heat respond again, guys, and get this series tied back at 2? Only time will tell. I'm really hoping so we have a nice long series. If you guys are new to the channel here today, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Always appreciate that. We are still on the road to 7,000 subscribers. Appreciate all of your guys' support. You guys absolutely rock. Guys, be sure to check out our community Discord. It's absolutely free to do. It's a great resource. You get additional picks in our Discord. Also chat about sports. And like I said, there's a lot of great content in our Discord, so I highly encourage you guys to check that out. Also, be sure to drop your favorite pick down below in the comment section as well. If you like your pick included in our comment capper section, just be sure to put a star or an asterisk next to your pick, and we'll include your pick in the video if it hits. Speaking of our comment cappers, had some great call-outs in game number 3. We had Justin McKelvey calling the Denver Nuggets -1 in the first half. Cash that. Eric Amin calling Jamal Murray over 24.5 points. And Lit Picks calling Jamal Murray over 24.5 points. As far as our results here at the channel, not a day I want to recap at all. We went 0-3. One of our worst days in the NBA here in a while. We were on a 10-2 run. And obviously an 0-3 day there in Game 3 really hurt. Gabe Vincent, guys, we had him over 13.5 points. He gets in foul trouble. Just a really weird game. Shoots 2 for 10 from the floor. You know, got some volume, but just couldn't make a shot to save his life. And really, the Heat really struggled as a whole. And then Aaron Gordon ends up going over. Of course, he gobbles up 10 rebounds. I haven't seen him do that in so long. And he goes over easily. And that we had his under. And then we missed our same game parlay again. So obviously that was unfortunate. But we will bounce back, guys. Those days are going to happen, whether you like it or not. It's just the nature of what we do. It is going to happen. But we do bounce back. That is what we do here. We're going to bounce back hard here in Game 4 and get this 3-0 sweep. And we're going to absolutely love it, guys. A couple quick things I also want to touch on, guys. Make sure you guys also follow us on social media. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all at Straightfire Picks. I put out additional content on there, recaps, stuff like that. Just also a great way to connect with me and the community and all that kind of stuff, and to get updates on things like that. All right, without further ado, guys, let's get after today. Let's get this 3-0 sweep. We're going to have 2 player props, a same game parlay, and an optional parlay that's going to be unofficial, but just some additional picks that I like that you guys can either play it or not play it. All right, getting right into our picks, though. And number 1, we are going back to Max Strus over 8.5 points here for the Miami Heat. -118 odds here on FanDuel. So you guys will recall we played this 2 games ago. Great success, right? Game number 2, Max Strus cashed this in the first quarter. So I talked about it kind of in our Game 3 video that I love his line at 8.5 because he's the type of guy that can hit 3 threes and land on 9 points. And so I like having that equity. The 9.5, obviously, if he hits 9, that doesn't do you any good. So I love the line here at 8.5. And Strus struggled a little bit. Last game. He did pile up some assists and rebounds, but he struggled shooting the ball. And I expect him here to bounce back again like I predicted in Game 2. I think he'll bounce back here in Game number 4. Like I said, last time we cashed this bet in the first quarter in Game number 2. Again, he's coming off another disappointing game. Just like in Game 1, he was 0 for 10. In Game 3, he was 1 for 7. So I see, honestly, him and all the role players really bouncing back for the Heat. I think that'll make a big difference in the game. That's kind of why I see the Heat honestly winning this game and tying this series. I think the role players will play much better. Guys, Strus is 11 out of 15 to this line over his last 15 games in the playoffs, so I love seeing that. In 2 regular season games versus the Denver Nuggets, he put up 19 and 23 points. So I think he's very capable of getting it done versus his team. His volume really has been solid in every game. I don't mind his volume in any of these games. 10, 10, and 7 for shot attempts. He could cash that with any of those shots. I mean, he can go 3 for 7 from the floor, right? 3 for 3, 3 for 7, hit 3 threes and cash, get to the foul line, anything like that. I think he will get up, hopefully a few more shots than 7, but I still love it. I think this is also worth, a sprinkle at plus 700 odds. It was super close in Game 2. It really should have hit. I think he had 14 at the half. In fact, they didn't score in the second half to get that plus 700 cash. Was kind of nasty because I did actually sprinkle that and it didn't hit, unfortunately. But I think it's worth a sprinkle for sure, guys, at those type of odds. So love it there, guys. For our number 1 pick, we're going Max Strus over 8.5 points here for the Miami Heat. -118 odds here on FanDuel. All right, and number 2, we are going with Michael Porter Jr. over 10.5 points, minus 104 odds on FanDuel. So there's a couple things I'm going to say about this. You guys are looking at me like, why are you doing this, Steve? Why? Just why? Michael Porter Jr. has been, honestly, not very good really in any of the games in this series. He went 5 for 16 from the floor in game 1. So he didn't shoot the ball well. He went over getting 14 points, but since then he has really had a couple bad shooting games with lower volume. So why do I like him to bounce back? Well, I was surfing the internet, and I see this video of him working on his jump shot, in practice. I see him, working on his corner threes, really working on his three-point shot. I just see him draining 3 after 3. I'm like, you know what? This guy can still shoot. I know he had some bad games, but that's nature. That's the way it goes, guys. Sometimes in the NBA you're going to have bad games, and I like sometimes taking the guy to bounce back, just like we did with Strus. Same type of idea with Porter Jr. I think Porter Jr. is really important for the Nuggets, right? He's not just some guy like a seventh man rotation player. No, he's supposed to be the third best player. So I think they are going to need him at some point again in the series, and I think it's going to be in Game 4, honestly. I think it's going to be sooner than later. Honestly, you're getting a crazy discount on this line. You guys are thinking, well, I'll probably get a reduction in minutes. That may be true, but you're getting a huge reduction on the line. You're getting a huge bargain on the line at 10.5. Normally his line is between 14.5 and 16.5. If you guys follow any of his lines. And he's 13 out of 18 in these playoffs to these lines. So normally he cashes this line, right? So obviously it's the finals. Things get a little bit tighter. The rotation gets tighter. But guys, Michael Porter Jr. is supposed to be the third best player. It's not just like he's just some random guy that's going to slide out of the rotation. It's hard to see that happening. Mike Malone endorsed him. Today, like I said, that was the only thing I was looking at. Mike Malone still believes in the guy. He voiced his support for him. So I think he will bounce back. He's 6 out of 8 on the road in the playoffs to this line as well. So I'm taking a bite at it here. I know some of you guys have been burned by this guy, and I understand. I really get it, but it's just too juicy not to take. It really is. And I think at this point, this is the type of guy that could get this done early if he gets going. That's really the key. Can he hit some shots early to keep himself in the game? That's really going to be the key to this bet. Can he hit some early shots? Like I said, man was working on his jump shot. It was looking pretty good to me. I like the fact that he's got a good attitude and he's getting after there, working on it, and really trying to iron it out. That's what I like to see. He's got kind of a humble approach. I'm hoping it pays off for him here in Game 4. I love the value here. We're going Michael Porter Jr. over 10.5 points here for the Denver Nuggets. Minus 104 odds here on FanDuel. All right, guys, it is same game parlay time. We're going to start with our official one that we're putting a full unit on. So this is a full unit that we're putting on. My unit size is $30, just so you guys know. Full unit on this, obviously, you see 30 to pay out 70, plus 134 on the parlay. We like to see that. Only 3 plays, but I love it. It's getting to the point, guys. These lines really are super sharp, and it's getting harder and harder to find great value in these parlays. But I think I found 3 plays here that I really like. You got Aaron Gordon to record 2+ assists. You just saw him record 5 there in game number 3. Can he get 2? I'm pretty sure he can. He's 9 out of his last 10 to this line, 6 of his last 8 on the road. Honestly, I like the way he's been passing the ball. I've been just seeing him kind of getting assists early on in the game. Hoping he can replicate that again to get that line cash. There's a lot of great value on that line. Jamal Murray, 4+ rebounds, 16 out of 18 in the playoffs, 3 out of 3 in the series. He's been pretty consistent with that. We just saw him rack up 10 rebounds there in game number 3. Caleb Martin, over 2.5 rebounds, 20 out of 21 games in the playoffs, 3 out of 3 in the series. I know what you guys are kind of thinking there. Well, Steve, he was taken out of the starting lineup. We thought he was losing his minutes. Well, he picked up 32 minutes in game 3. So it looks like he's kind of trending back up to get his minutes back, which is great because he honestly played pretty good. He scored 10 points, put up 3 rebounds, 3 assists. He honestly played pretty well. He's one of the role players for the Heat that actually did play well. So I think he can get that done. Love that. That's our official same game parlay. Like I said, a full unit on that. Now, this one is optional. Completely up to you guys. Don't let me make your decisions for you. Well, don't ever let me make your decisions for you. But this is our unofficial parlay. I haven't even technically put this in, as you can see, yet. But these are the selections I like. The 3 that I just gave you, obviously, and then 3 below it are 3 that I considered for the parlay I just gave you. Bruce Brown, over 2.5 rebounds. We had that in the last game. He finished with 2, so you can imagine that's the reason I didn't run it officially. because he kind of did let me down. But I think he gets this done. He's had a lot of success to this line. 15 out of 18 games in the playoffs, 2 out of 3 in the series. Max Strus, 2+ assists. This is kind of a hidden gem. He's 3 out of 3 in this series. He's got logs of 5, 6, and 3 for assists so far in the series. So I think he can rack up 2. And then Michael Porter Jr., 6+ rebounds, 14 out of 18 games in the playoffs, 3 out of 3 in the series. So I love all those trends as well. Now, what's the reason why I didn't want to throw Strus and Porter Jr. in there? You guys probably guessed it. Well, I don't like having all my eggs in one basket. It doesn't mean that I'm not going to sprinkle that parlay for, I don't know, maybe 10, 50 bucks. We'll see. I haven't even officially put it in yet. I'm not telling you to. I'm just giving you guys some additional information. If you guys are interested, those are just other plays I considered that I think would make a really nice, bigger parlay. If you guys are looking to go a little bit bigger and make some more money, I think that's got great value on it and great trends as well. Kind of some hidden plays in there. And Michael Porter Jr., honestly, if he cashes our points line, I think he's going to get those rebounds as well. So, honestly, his points and rebounds play by itself at 16.5 is also good as well. I'm fine with any of those. So, anyway, I appreciate you guys. As far as the game goes, the over-under is set to 210.5. Guys, we've been telling you to take the under every game. And really, the under has been pretty much the way to go in this series, aside from game 2, but that game should have gone under as well. Under 210.5, I think the under, it's going under again. I really believe that. I think this is getting tight. There's a lot of physical play. I just think we're going to see this. I think we're going to see a lot of unders in this series. As far as the points go, I think we'll continue to see that. I mean, it's too close for me to call it officially. That's why it's a lean, right? I'm not going to probably play. I haven't played it yet this series. Even the ones that I say. And then I think the Heat also bounce back. The +2.5, +3.5 spread here on the Heat, I think is a solid look. I think they bounce back and tie this series. Time will tell. But, of course, I'm not making that an official play. But just wanted to share our additional thoughts with you guys on the series. On a side note, I got my NASM certification. I'm a certified personal trainer. You guys will see I put that out. I appreciate you guys, the kind words and all that stuff. It was a long journey of studying and doing that, so I just wanted to share that with you guys. I know I talk about sports betting a lot, but sometimes I like to share a little bit about myself, and I ain't just a robot back here, right? But I appreciate you guys. You guys are absolutely awesome. Join our Discord, please. You guys won't regret it. Follow us on social media. I won't regret that either. We put up stuff on there as well. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. We'll catch you all next time. Peace out.